Hey, so if you're using a foam roller to correct a rounded or hunched upper back, I've got a much better idea than just cranking yourself back over it. My name's Chris Sovey, and I'm a physical therapist, and I help people with this kind of thing all the time. So to demonstrate my point, I'm gonna go right to the spine model here. And what we can see on the spine are each bone here, these are called your vertebrae. And then we also have on the sides, right next to the center of the spinal column there, is these little parts that overlap called the facets. And the reason this is important is because each part of the spine, these are oriented differently. So what that means is different parts of your spine move differently. Your lower back is mostly designed to flex and extend within reason, meaning bend forward and bend backwards. However, in the upper back, you can see here that these are oriented more like shingles on a roof. So what that means, if I have these angled at this way, then your spine and your upper back, particularly your thoracic spine, is meant to side bend and rotate. Those are the primary functions of that part of your back. So if we're just cranking ourselves back over a foam roller, we're really not being as effective or efficient as we could. Instead, to get more motion through that part of your back and ultimately correct your posture or, improve your performance in different areas, whether it's like golf swing or just being able to move through your upper body better, then it makes more sense to do exercise that mobilize that part in rotation and side bending. And I'm going to show you some examples. Hey, if you're enjoying the video so far, be sure to tap that like button for the YouTube algorithm. So I'd always start with something a little more dynamic just to warm up your spine. So you could do something nice and gentle like a cat camel, cat cow kind of exercise that we're showing here on the screen. Next, I want to show you one of my favorite exercises to start to get a little more movement through this part of your spine. And this is called opening the book. So you can see here we're lying on your side, your head is supported, and we've got your legs flexed up to the 90-degree mark at your hips. And the reason for this is it's just going to isolate parts of your upper back more. Now, when we're in this position, what we're doing is we have the arms parallel and the hands right on top of each other. And as you go into the motion, the big thing here is that you really want to watch your shoulder, that you're not just cranking your arm back, but instead you're turning your chest bone, your sternum, to open the book. And what this is doing is working on some of that rotation that we talked about in that beginning of the video there. So really watch when you do this exercise that your arm is not dropping behind you without your spine moving with it. Always lead with your spine and listen to your body. You can also progress this exercise into some side-lying arm circles, where you're thinking of the arm and your body almost like on a clock face there. The tip of your fingertips are touching each little minute hand of the clock, and we're going around in a circle. And this is just gonna help stretch and open up some of those tight spots on the front of your chest. This really is one of my favorite exercises, but always listen to your body. You can see here, I'm working on a little bit of some side bending. Now, you don't necessarily need this arc barrel, but you can use pillows to accomplish something similar, where we're just giving ourselves a little bit of an arc there to help us open up that opposite side of the spine. And you can see I'm reaching through the opposite arm and the opposite leg to really stretch out all those tissues on the side of the body, and also to help open up some of the space along the rib cage. You can also try something on hands and knees. This is a popular exercise that is similar, and this is called threading the needle. I don't love this one as much because it requires you to stabilize a little bit more, but some people do enjoy this exercise and find it works well for them as well. So again, we're making sure that we're leading from the spine as we thread the needle through, and as we come through the other direction, we want to make sure that we're not overextending our arm behind us. And I like to think of this one like you're in a narrow tube, right? And like one of those playground tubes that the kids play in on playgrounds. And we want to make sure that we're not touching the walls of the tube. So we're purely rotating through the spine, and we're not bending over or shifting ourselves over into the sides where we would be compensating. Another great thing to do to help you with a stiff upper back or a rounded upper back is to work on breathing into your back. And the reason for that is because those ribs come in and they attach into your vertebrae, the bones of your back. And so by breathing into this area, we can start to expand some of the space between the ribs. Here's an example of one. This is called crocodile breathing, while you're on your stomach. You can put a couple pillows under your stomach. You can support your forehead, and then you can try and breathe into your back. Sometimes it's hard to feel that area. So I always recommend you put something like a rice bag or a cell phone on your back, or someone else gently place their hand on your back so you can feel the rise and fall of the rib cage. And it should be expanding like a cylinder in all all directions, in and out. So we're really starting to stretch out all that tissue on your back. And then as you breathe out, it's coming back and shrinking down into a smaller cylinder. After you've done these sorts of mobility drills, you're going to eventually want to follow this up with some strengthening of the muscles in your back as well. We can definitely hit that in another video. If you're interested, be sure to comment below. Wrapping up, I'm not saying don't use a foam roller at all to help you with your posture. Just avoid doing things that are inefficient. You can still roll up and down your back and get some pops and things as long as you don't have any osteopenia, osteoporosis, or of course fractures. And so, I mean, it can still be a useful tool, but the way that I see a lot of people use it really isn't the most effective way to use a foam roller, and there are many other alternatives that are going to work better for you. If you're still having trouble with a rounded or hunched upper back, definitely find a physical therapist near you. You can search for physical therapists near me. And if you're in the Lansing area and this is something you're looking for help with, it's definitely something that we see all the time. Check out our website at healthyconsumerpt.com for more information, and also a blog that goes along with this. Thanks so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you guys again soon.